Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to day 23 of 30 days of blissful yoga for easy weight loss. So I hope you're going along well in this series. We've only got another 7 days left. Isn't that amazing? And each Sunday I give you like a meditation or a pranayama, like a breath technique, so that you can have a rest. It's important to have a rest day. Next month in July, we're going to start an exciting new program, different to this one. I'll give you more about that in my Facebook group. The link is below, and I'll do a little live chat this week. Okay, so today's focus is all about balance. So achieving balance, and this really works through our core. And we're also going to work on slimming down the thighs with some of the postures we do. So it's going to be a more gentle practice, this one, so it's great for beginner yogis. So if you do beginner yoga classes, you'll find this one nice and easy. It's very supported. Make sure you have a wall nearby. Makes things easier for some of the balance poses. So there's nothing wrong with needing support. This is how we get our bodies into the positions that we want them. It's not like we sort of instantly know how to balance. Sometimes we have to learn it. There's a lot of things that we have to relearn as well, and it's just a part of the process. So the beautiful thing, of course, about doing yoga at home is that you can fall over and pick yourself up as many times as you like, and you can replay this video as often as you need to in order to get into those postures. Okay, so we're going to start. So we're going to start first of all by relaxing. So relaxing is so important. Remember, we change ourselves from the inside out. So if you're doing these exercises and you're like, oh, I'm fat and I'm ugly, you know, and this program is going on. By the way, try giving it a name. I've called that program that says that I'm no good or I'm not good enough, I've called that being, I call it Zelda. So like, this is Zephyr Rose, and I believe in myself and my yoga, and I know it makes a difference for myself and other people in the world. But Zelda is the one that comes in and tries and interferes and says that, oh, you can't do anything, and what do you think you're doing, and you're so full of blah, you know. So give it a name, whatever that name is that says you're fat and ugly and nothing makes any difference, and then just tell it to go away. So the first thing we need to do is to come back into our bodies. So I have put a video, I'll put a link down below. I've done a video about the equipment that you need for these yoga sessions. So just always have them at the ready. And if you don't have all of them straight away, it doesn't matter, but we will just, we just get started with what we've got. Okay, today I'd like you to get a bolster. Now, if you don't have a bolster like this, then just some kind of a fat pillow or a couple of long fat pillows, something. You can find something, I'm sure of it. And then you also need today, you need to have a belt. And I've also put a link in the video below all about how you use the belt and how you loop the belt for the different sizes. And so with this setup, I've adding another link below on how to create this setup to make it very comfortable, because your body will need different things depending on what you're working with. Okay, so then I get my blanket, and if you don't have a blanket, just use a sort of a flat pillow, and I place that at the end, and I'm going to sit my tail just one fist distance away from the end, bringing my feet together. Okay, so let's just sit up nice and straight, just holding on those ankles, closing the eyes, pulling in the belly, bring the shoulders back, shoulder blades down the rib cage. Beautiful. And now let's get the belt, and we'll just put it through 2 loops and out 1. Okay, so we get that loop going on. Here we go. All right, and then just drop it over the body like that, and then make sure the buckle is not going to touch any part of the body, and just bring it over the feet. Okay, and then we firm it up. So you just keep putting on the strap. So we want to have the belt across the sacrum here, so it's not on the waist, it's not on the bottom, it's along the sacrum, so it feels nice and supportive. So you have your feet wherever it's comfortable. So this adds support so that we can lie here for a couple of minutes. Okay, so hands by the hips, all fingers pointing straight ahead, and then bring the tailbone toward the heels and gently coming down onto your elbows and onto your bolster. And then grab your pillow or your blanket and pull it in. And I usually lightly roll it at the end, just under the neck for some neck support. Good. So now bring your buttocks towards your feet again. Bring your shoulder blades down. Hands out the sides, thumbs pointing down. And let's close our eyes. So let's do, first of all, just focusing in on your breath. Observing how your breath is cool as you inhale. And it's warm as you exhale. And just bringing yourself to your heart center, in the center of the chest. Feeling a warmth there as well. Relaxing your whole being, accepting yourself exactly where you are right now. And you can say to yourself, I'm perfect, whole and complete. And the hands at 45. Okay, now I want you to think about that negative critical voice that most of us have. Maybe you don't have, but most of us do. That one that keeps telling you you can't do things, that you're stuck the way that you are. I want you to give it a funny name. Gertrude. It's a good one, Daphne. Obviously, if this reminds you of someone, then don't use it. So just think of a funny name, a name that helps you not take it seriously. If you're male, obviously you can use a different name. So give a name to that being or that something that tells you that you're not good enough or that you're dreaming. And let's just clasp the elbows, by the way. Inhale and bring the arms over the head. Clasping the elbows, bring the shoulders down, lengthening through the neck. Now you've got a name for that negative voice. Just saying, thanks for that, but I'm doing just great, and I accept myself exactly the way I am, one day at a time. So of course that voice came in for a reason, because it's just trying to get you to not do things that could cause you to have pain. So, you know, we have this incredible setup in our minds, change the cross of the elbows, whereby we're always protecting ourselves from possible mental or physical injury. And so it tends to err on the side of extreme caution. So when you start doing something new or believing in yourself, it'll say, remember, you've done that before and it didn't work. So the thing is, it doesn't benefit you. In order to really move forward and make changes, you have to appreciate and love that voice, because it is doing the best for you. And then say, thanks Zelda, or whatever name it is, but I choose to allow myself to change from the inside out. So imagine that slim, trim body exactly the way you want it. Look at your ankles, calves, thighs, buttocks, belly, moving all the way up the body, arms, neck, face. Imagine everything trim, taut and terrific. And every time you have some negative thought about yourself, just say, thanks for sharing, I'm perfectly safe, and imagine this, and observe the changes that will happen in your life. Okay, so bring the arms by the sides, just gripping the sides of the mat, forearms down, and lifting yourself up, coming chest first, just sliding back with the hands, and then the head last. Let's just sit here for a moment, just gathering our energy, palm to the chest. Thank you to all of those that have served me and protected me in my past as I move forward to create the new me at this very moment. So it's the winter solstice for us today. For you in the northern hemisphere, the summer solstice. It's also the International Day of Yoga. So let's celebrate who we are and change as we wish. Okay, so let's just spin around and then moving that blanket off the mat and then having your knees wide, sitting back on your toes. I want you to pull the bolster into the body and just turning the head to one side and just relax here. Just let your arms go where they will. So getting a nice passive stretch through the neck, and you're also helping to relax through the lumbar spine. The lumbar spine is like from the top of the hips, especially if you're doing a lot of sitting. You might even like to give that area a bit of a rub. I was all day on the computer today. Amazing how long it takes to make videos. Then turning the head the other way. Just breathing and relaxing. Okay, so you can spend more time here if you like, but we've just got a half-hour session, so let's push this bolster in front of us. Next month I will be doing full 1 hour classes. Okay, so just once a week. So spreading the arms out and pressing that bolster so your hands are on the bolster. Separate all the fingers and looking straight ahead. Now keep moving the shoulder blades down the back. Keep bringing the upper arms, inner arms out and down. So the triceps are trying to wrap down to the floor. And as you do so, you'll feel an opening through the upper back and allow the head just to lengthen, looking at the floor, face relaxed. If you like, you can bring your head to the floor so long as you don't lose that action through the arms or the upper back. Keep stretching forward and tailbone down. Beautiful. Let's just get onto our hands and knees and we'll just do a cat-cow here. So inhaling, opening up the spine and exhaling. Bring the spine all the way up to the sky, head down. Beautiful. Now inhaling, opening up the spine. So head comes up, tail up, shoulders back. Bring the hands and the knees toward each other without them actually moving. And exhaling all the air out as the nose draws a line. Bring the chin all the way to the chest. Let's do one more blissful spine opening. Okay, just opening up all those muscles throughout the core, stretching through the abdomen, lengthening the spine, and exhaling all the way out. So we are intimately connected with the divine via our breath, so it's very important to focus on the breath at the same time. Beautiful. And then just looking at your hands and just hovering the knees off the floor, pulling in the lower belly, putting those shoulders back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Okay, now let's bring the bolster to the side of the mat and we'll use it as a guide for our spine to keep it nice and straight. And you can also use it so that you don't fall over. Okay, so we're just going to bend that bottom knee and straighten out that elbow so we've got like no gap between the arm and the floor as much as possible, and just support the side of the head. And let's straighten that bottom leg since we've got the support, and bring the other one on top. And then really work on stacking those hips one on top of the other and flex the feet. So you want to have a nice straight spine so you can feel with the guide of the pillow or the bolster behind you. Fingertips to the floor, and let's inhale and exhale, lifting up that top leg. So getting some thigh work here. Now remember to keep the foot flexed and the toes pointing down, and bring your tailbone around towards your navel so that you're not getting like a duck back. Okay, 9 and 10. Let's hold it up and rotate the ankle. 3, 4, 5, and the other way. 2, 3, 4, 5, and flex and point. 2, 3. Keep bringing that tailbone round. 5, and then just open and close the toes. So you're really scrunching through those toes. Beautiful. And then bending that foot, bringing it in front of the thigh that's on the floor, and press that knee away. So we're getting some stretch here through the top of the hip flexors, so stretching that away. And then see if you can bring your foot onto your leg. So it's like doing the Vajrasana, which is the tree pose. So we're doing the tree pose on our sides, and then lifting the arm up and overhead. See if you can just up to the sky. Beautiful. And release the arm and then bring it overhead. Fully without falling over. So bringing that bottom shoulder towards the front of the room. Hands together. Good. So work on really bringing that top buttock forward and pressing that heel down and bring the toes behind you. Okay, so that's what we do when we're standing. Nice. Okay, now let's do the other side. I'm going to spin around, otherwise I'll have the bolster in the way and you won't be able to see me. So, lying on our side again, stretching that arm all the way down, the one that's on the floor, trying to have no gap from the underneath the armpit, and supporting the head, and then have that bolster behind you so you can feel it guiding the body. Bring that bottom hip back. Great. And stretching out both legs. Now I'm just out of camera, so I'll just move it forward a little bit more. Okay, good. Gives you more time to readjust. Okay, fantastic. So now, one foot leg stacked on top of the other. Bring the head back. Excellent. And let's keep the hand in front of us. And 1, 2. Remember the toe is down. So working on the adductors here. So the inner thighs. 6. Keep pulling in the belly, tailbone toward the navel. 9, 10. Keep the leg up and rotating the ankle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Flex and point. So keep pulling in that lower belly because we're getting some belly work here as well. 4, 5. And then open and then scrunch the toes. 3, 4, 5. Great. And then bringing that foot in front of the bottom thigh. Magic. And pushing the knee back. Actually, we could even, and you can do it on the other side when you come back and repeat, like lifting up the lower leg. Let's just do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. So bring the heel to the top of the thigh and the toes coming back, and press through that heel, and then bring that top buttock in, bring that knee back, and get your body nice and straight. Good. And then straighten up that bottom arm and head against the bicep, and then bringing the hands together. So I've got an object here. All right, good. So pulling in the lower belly, bringing that bottom shoulder forward and the top shoulder back, really pressing through the heel and bringing the toes behind you. So with that top leg, wherever the foot lands is perfect. Just don't press on the knee. And you can see that the bottom leg, my foot is flexed.
So we're just practicing a tree on our sides. Perfect. Keep pulling in the belly. Really working through the side body at the same time. Very nice. Okay, great. So let us just bend our knees and rolling back up to seated. Good work. Okay, now let's bring ourselves to a balancing posture. So in order to do that, let's just remove the bolster and anything else that may be on the mat or in the way. And we'll just first of all spin around and do a nice downward dog stretch. It's important to try and get downward dog in every day. Inhale and exhale. Great. Feet are hip width apart. Fingers are wide. And I have the digit finger pointing forward and the other fingers splaying out. And let's just walk through that dog, stretching it through, pulling in through the lower belly, and then straightening up. Release and let go. Opening those shoulders, bringing the triceps down, biceps up. Lifting the sit bones to the sky, lifting the kneecaps. Keep pressing through the hands so you're a triangle posture from your hands to your sit bones to your heels. Beautiful. Walking those feet in, walking the hands back to meet, and let's just hang upside down for a bit. So just the process of hanging upside down helps to relax the heart, helps the circulation, and that calms down the mind so we stop thinking so much. Just gently swaying from side to side, feeling each rib separate, releasing any tension in the lower back. You can either bend your knees or have them straight, changing the cross of the arms. I like mine straight and flexed because it really works through my thighs at the same time. It's quite amazing how much work you can get through your thighs just by having your legs straight. Obviously, if you can't straighten the legs, have them bent, but we work towards straightening them. You get beautiful legs simply by working on having them straight. Good. Now, just bring your hands onto the tops of the hips, and if you can, come up straight leg, otherwise with bent, entirely up to you. It's your practice. Fantastic. Okay, so we come to the center of our mats. Let's just inhale and exhale and roll out those shoulders, feeling good. I've done some nice chest opening here and some good gentle core work and thighs. Lovely. So, lift and separate all the toes, looking down at the toes. Lift the ankles, big toe, the knuckles of the toes, like just below the toes touching, the heels are slightly apart. And lift those inner ankles up and press the tops of the thighs back, stretching the fingers all the way down. Nice strong legs to get slim legs. And then relax the buttocks as you bring the tailbone down between the feet. Now, putting all the weight on the left foot and then grabbing the ankle of the right. Okay, now if you need a wall, you go and grab one. Otherwise, just pressing that heel at the top of the thigh and the toes coming back. So wherever the foot comes, so your foot might be on, you might have the tips of the toes on the floor, you have your foot in the calf, or just above the knee. But what's important is that it's just not on the knee. Press that heel in, and let's bring the arms out to the sides, pulling in the lower belly, relaxing the face, thumbs down. Excellent. And then inhaling, raising the arms all the way up, just stretching them up into the sky. So I've got the fingers, so just the palms parallel above you, just slightly out of camera here. Excellent. Keep standing strong on that leg. Relax the face, pulling in the lower belly, dropping their shoulders down away from the ears. Just focus here, balance. The act of balancing works on our core muscles in a natural way.
And then turning the palms down, stretching the arms out, bring the arms down and releasing the leg. Good. Let's just bend and straighten through those legs. And let's get ourselves back to centered. Stretching those arms down, tops of thighs back. Yeah, press the tops of the thighs back and feel your spine lifting and press through the feet. Good. So it's subtle movements. So inhaling and raising up that left foot again. So you could have the tips of toes on the floor, foot on the calf just above the knee, or in the top of the groin. So really press the heel in, press the knee away, and you're bringing that left buttock forward as you straighten through the standing leg. So your tree is as strong as your standing leg, but also pressing that standing thigh against the foot. So the arms are out parallel, thumbs are up at the ceiling, palms facing the ceiling, thumbs pointing down, pinky fingers trying to come toward the ceiling, and then inhaling the arms all the way up. So again, don't be shy if you need some support. Keep those arms really straight, keep the shoulders down, keep balancing on that foot. Very nice. And let's exhale all the way down. Now for those of you that would like something a little, so either repeat this, or if you like, I'll show you something a little bit more tricky. So I'm going to come to the side to demonstrate this. So we're just going to inhale and bring that knee into the chest. And then stretch it away so the arms are straight and the chest is coming up. So we can all do this one. And then grabbing the top of the foot and bringing the knees together, so getting a nice stretch through the quadriceps. So by slimming down the thighs, we work on all the muscles. Keep those elbows coming toward each other. And then stretching the left hand out in front, thumb and forefinger touching, the other three coming apart. As you press that leg back into the dancer. Nataraj. So this is a form of Shiva. Shiva is all of nature. That's how it's described in the ancient Vedas. And Nataraj is the enjoyment, the celebration. But let's come back and placing the feet. So just give it a go. Put your hand, use the wall. It's great. Okay, now the other side. So we'll just walk through those feet. All right. So the base of the big toes together, separate all the toes, heels apart, pressing those thighs back in order to really lift up the chest. So right leg is nice and strong as we pull the left knee into the chest. Then we straighten the arms. So we have it pulling it in and then straighten the arms. So make sure that you're keeping the hips level, pulling in the lower belly, lengthening through the neck, chest through the arms. Then grabbing the top of the foot and bring the knees level with each other. So really pulling that foot into the buttock to get a nice stretch through the quadricep, elbows toward each other. Keep lifting the chest. And then stretching the right arm forward, thumb and forefinger touching, and just stretching that arm forward as you stretch the leg back. So they go in unison. Good. As far as you will today. And then let's bring it back. And you can repeat that as many times as you like. Okay, beautiful people. So that's all we have time for. So let's just come into our Tadasana, our mountain pose, Samastihi, depending on how you like to remember it. Just inhaling and exhaling, releasing, letting go of that negative voice, believing in yourself as we move forward each day to an ever-evolving you. Namaste. Thank you. Have a beautiful day.